he was told that you have to guarantee top 4 football to get a loan. He was told that when he didn't know where we would end up. And he did that for 22 years. I rate Klopp, I rate Liverpool. So it's like them saying, when Klopp comes in, listen, Jurgen, you have to work within a budget. You can't buy Van Dijk, you can't buy Alisson. We're building a new stadium. You've got to guarantee that Liverpool will be in the top 4 for the loans to come, even though Klopp does not know where Liverpool will end up. This is why I'm saying he was a better manager.
Hello, Ty.
Hello.
What's happening, mate?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Yeah, fine, thanks. How are you?
Good, good, good. Not too bad, not too bad.
That's good.
How you feeling?
Yeah, fine, thanks. How are you feeling?
Good, good. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good after last night, especially after last night.
So how are you feeling after Anfield 89?
Oh no, you know, I don't remember
Oh,
the
okay.
doings.
I've got to know what I do.
What do you remember from that?
I remember that we won the league.
Oh, amazing, amazing.
It was amazing.
We started already, haven't we?
We are starting.
I love the passion already. I love the passion already.
Thank you, thank you.
Liverpool are a bigger club than Arsenal. 3, 2, 1.
Where are you going?
He's in the office.
I mean, why are you going there?
Why are you going there?
Well, I don't know, where shall I start? I don't know if I've got enough fingers on my hands.
Yeah, go on.
Toes, fingers.
Well, I don't think I've got enough either. You can start wherever you want.
Well,
why do you start at Anfield 89? How about that?
Okay, we can start at Anfield 89.
Okay.
So that's why you're a bigger club than us, because Anfield 89.
That's you. I said, why do you start? That's not why.
We can start from wherever. Why shall we start at Anfield 89?
Okay, so
I don't get that.
Okay, so we start in 1930s then. How about that?
We can start wherever you want.
Okay, so let's go.
And we can end right now as of today.
Okay, so let's go back to the 1930s. What did you win in 1930?
My God, Ty. Are you? No, I don't think you're a big club right now. Are you a big club? Are you as big as?
We'll always be a big club. Always.
Because of what?
Always.
Because of
what makes you a big club?
No. We've won 6 Champions Leagues.
And we've won an invisible team. We won the most ever cups. We won the league at Old Trafford. We won the league at Anfield.
Okay, so we
won 3 leagues in the 1930s, which I'm going back to. Can you go back to 1930s? If you want to tell me about your history from 1930s.
I've got a time machine, mate. I can't.
No, but I don't. I was born in the 1930s. So I can go back to 1930s. The way you're going on, I think sometimes you've got time machine. Don't try to diss me, because I know my history.
Liverpool is a bigger club than Arsenal.
Since when?
No, it's full stop.
Since when?
Period.
So 1930 then.
So wait, you want to?
1930. No. If you're going to say
you was a bigger club.
Let's say history. Let's say history.
Take a sip. I agree with you. You was a bigger. You
just take a sip. Maybe you know history.
No. You was a bigger club in Herbert Chapman's era. There you go. You've won. Is that you've won the argument?
Oh, so we wasn't a bigger club in 2004?
I've just said to you, you was a bigger club.
We wasn't a bigger club in 2004.
No, you wasn't.
Yeah, we had an invincible team, but we weren't a bigger club.
You wasn't. Unfortunately, having an Invincibles trophy doesn't make you a bigger club.
The greatest. It took you 30 years to win the league, didn't it?
I just don't know what you're basing it on. Honestly, I'm asking you for stats.
I'm basing it on facts.
So the facts
in 1989. No, sorry, in 1989, when you last won the league, I was 20. And then you didn't win the league until a couple of years ago when I was 51.
Right.
Do you know that?
Yes.
So then,
well, I didn't know your age, but I knew the facts.
So in all that time, you mean to tell me that in 1990 you was a bigger club than us?
Okay.
You won the league?
Somehow I don't think the lads have asked us in which period who was a bigger club. I think they made a statement. I think they made a statement.
So we can interpret it how we want.
It's not going to work if you don't let me speak.
I'm letting you speak, but we can
without
interrupt
interruption.
Okay, without interruption. Aren't you interrupting me?
No, I try not to.
Okay, then go on. I won't interrupt you. Unless I see fit.
Say you will. But it's not a problem. I'm getting used to it. Ty, the reason why I strongly agree that we're a bigger club than you is in terms of global fan base, marketing all around the world, sponsorship deals, league trophies, FA Cup trophies, Champions League, in terms of the combination of all. Not just, I know you've won the most FA Cups, etc., fair play, but the fact that we've won 6 Champions Leagues on top of the many more leagues that we've won than you makes us absolutely the bigger club out of the 2. That's just my opinion. That's just some of the facts that I want to bring to the table. So look, the value of our club.
Yeah.
How much is Arsenal worth right now?
About, I'd say 800 billion, something like that. That's maybe the most.
800 billion.
800 billion.
No, you need to go and check.
Okay, then, so you tell me then. What does it say?
So Liverpool was valued at recently Forbes at 4 billion.
Okay.
And that is.
Well, that's maybe
that's very much significantly bigger than Arsenal's. You've won the FA Cup.
Most times.
You've reminded me in like 5 minutes. You've reminded me about more than how many times you've won the cup. That's how many times you've reminded me you won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Can you remind me how many times you've won the biggest club trophy there is?
Can you remind me how many Invincibles you have?
Only if you answer my question first, which is relevant to the point.
Okay, then. So you've got an Invincible team?
I just asked you a question, man. Like,
no, you got an Invincible. No, because the thing is,
I don't know
you can answer your own question.
Like, if you don't want to answer my question,
it's like a rhetorical question.
No problem.
No, I'm answering your question. I'm asking you.
I'm not here to ask questions first and foremost.
But you're asking me a question.
I know. I'm not here to do that. That's what I'm saying. So you're not obliged to answer. But I think for the sake of the debate,
it's like a rhetorical question. With no disrespect.
Mine isn't. Mine's a basic question.
Have you got an invincible team? That will be your answer. If you can answer that question, there's your answer.
Have we got an invincible team?
Yes.
No, I don't.
So that's your answer then. You said no. That's your answer.
Sure.
Your answer.
Okay. So what's your answer?
So then, what you just said is no. We don't have a European. We don't have a European Cup. You don't have an invincible team. Does that make you a bigger club than Liverpool then in that case? Because you haven't got one. I mean, if you had the. You haven't got an invisible team.
The question is.
I know what the question is.
Liverpool? Answer the question then. Are you a bigger club than us?
Did you not see what I did first of all? Have I not answered this?
No, but I thought you maybe got confused for a second.
There's nothing to be confused about.
I'll tell you why.
There's nothing to confuse about. What is this? Is this confusing?
No, that's not.
Is that confusing?
Oh, it's very
confusing.
No, you make it very obvious.
Is this confusing?
I can't mistake you for a Spurs fan. I know.
Okay, well then, so what? So there's nothing to be confused about.
What I'm confused about is I don't think you heard the statement.
I heard the statement. Fine. I heard the statement.
So the statement. So you agree? So you strongly disagree that Liverpool is a bigger club than us?
What does that say?
I strongly disagree.
Okay then, so that means that's what I think then.
Arsene Wenger was a better manager than Jurgen Klopp is now. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, disagree. It's not strongly disagree.
Basically, I disagree because the end of part of the statement says right now. So I know obviously Wenger's not coaching right now, but I think it's early to judge sort of the legacy that Jurgen Klopp will have done so far. I think Jurgen Klopp, the trajectory Jurgen Klopp's on, will make him the greater manager. So
he's not the greater manager now then?
Let me think. No, I'm sticking here. I think one of the major issues I have with Arsene Wenger, and don't get me wrong again before I continue, because I think you may have this image of me trying to diss Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger was one of, like, I saw, you know, the job he done at Arsenal. He revolutionised the game in this country. He did. So I'm even saying that. I just think a couple of things hold against him is A, the fact that he didn't win the Champions League. B, he didn't do it sort of at another major club. Then he's come to Liverpool again, not one of the top teams when he came to the Premier League, and he's absolutely turned.
Sleeping giants.
Yeah, sleeping, napping.
And with a lot of money. More money than Arsene had.
No, I disagree with that.
And building a new stadium.
No, I disagree with that. And
still keeping us in the top for 22 years.
I disagree with the more money. Absolutely disagree with it.
So how much does Van Dijk cost?
75 million in the region.
So, and that's a limited budget.
That's
not a limited budget. 75 million on one player.
Sure.
I don't think we've spent. I think we spent 72 million on Nicholas Pepe. That's our biggest signing.
Sure.
So that's 3 million more than Nicholas.
Sure.
So I don't know if that's a limited budget.
So I think look, you're not letting me give the example of context behind it. I've literally told you we sold Coutinho to spend that kind of money. Okay. Unless we sell one of our major stars, we haven't invested in a player. You're speaking about Nicholas Pepe. No, I don't want to. Yeah, we haven't. We haven't invested.
Then how much does Alisson cost?
About 50 million. But again, I've just literally told you.
50 million. So that's
125
million. My maths are very bad. 125 million.
And
on 2 players.
Yeah, your maths is.
On 2 players.
Your maths is probably as bad as mine, because I've literally told you Coutinho cost us 140, so we're still in deficit. The point I'm trying to make is he's had to wheel and deal, and he's done a magnificent job. His signings have been immaculate. We've had to do this literally within 3 years.
I don't know if they will be immaculate.
Within 3 years, he's turned around the whole outlook of this club as fans. Everyone looks at us as one of the super teams of the Premier League in Europe, probably right now. We are, I think, talking about one of the elite managers by the time he finishes. Absolutely one of the elite managers of all time.
But not now.
Oh no, I think he's a magnificent world-class manager now.
And not a better manager than Arsene. He was told, and I will quote, you can quote me on this, he was told that you have to guarantee top 4 football to get a loan. He was told that when he didn't know where we would end up, and he did that for 22 years. So don't diss the man, don't diss the man. Like I said, Klopp, as fantastic as Klopp is, and I rate Klopp, don't get me wrong, I rate Klopp, I rate Liverpool.
Yeah.
Right, so it's like them saying, when Klopp comes in, listen, Jurgen, you have to work within a budget. You can't buy Van Dijk, you can't buy Alisson. We're building a new stadium. You've got to guarantee that Liverpool will be in the top 4 for the loans to come, even though Klopp does not know where Liverpool end up. This is why I'm saying he was a better manager. And all the time, keeping us in the top 4. Keeping us in the top 4 against the might. Let me finish. And against the might, you said rich oligarchs. Against the might of Chelsea, I don't know where Man City was, and Manchester United. Against people who are spending more money than us. More money.
I think you've contradicted yourself.
How?
I'll tell you why. I'm about to tell you why. Because you've literally called your Invincible teams the greatest.
The greatest.
So the fall off between the Invincibles and now you're saying that we remained in the top 4 is quite a bit of a drop off. Now,
It is a drop. Of course, it's a drop off.
Now,
of course.
Now, if that
we've fallen from a great height.
Absolutely.
Just like you have.
And Arsene Wenger had as equally to do with that as he had to creating that team. Would you agree with that?
Only partly. Only partly.
So we've got somewhere.
Ty, have you met Arsene?
Yeah, I have. I was lucky enough to meet him, and he was absolutely the most humble, intelligent, polite person I've ever met.
Oh, he's a
absolutely
genius.
Brilliant.
What did you and him talk about?
He told us a lot of stuff, but he used to say that Phil Brown and Allardyce on the touchlines always used to try and wind him up. That's why I don't have a lot of respect for Phil Brown. And the thing is, I want Lad Bible. I don't want Lad Bible to have anyone sue them. I will take it upon me. I will call Phil Brown a liar. I will call Phil Brown and the chairman of Hull a liar that time. The time when we beat Hull in the FA Cup and they tried to lie that Cesc spat at one of their players. And spat at their team, and then Phil Brown, the liar, came out and said that it was a storm in the teacup. I will say again, Phil Brown is a liar, and he owes us an apology. And I absorb Lad Bible of any defamation. I'm saying that. And if Phil Brown thinks that what I'm saying is true, Phil Brown can sue me. He is an absolute liar.
Well, funny enough you should say that, Ty, because we've actually got Phil Brown here.
Well, where is he? Come in. Come in. Where's our apology? Come in. Where is he?
Okay, well that was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. And you can quote me on calling Phil Brown a liar. I stand by my word.
Guys.
Phil Brown is a liar.
See, guys, you've got him so aggressively worked up.
No.
I'm feeling I'm going to get the after effects of this. Like,
No.
Like, can we calm down before we get to the next section?
Steven Gerrard was a better player than Patrick Vieira.
I knew this was coming.
3, 2, 1.
I knew this was coming.
I genuinely thought that we may agree on a footballing level, yeah, on this.
Really, why? Why would we agree?
Because look, I know you know your football.
Yeah, and I know you know football as well.
And some of the stuff that you've said has blown my mind today, and
thank you very much. That's very kind.
I have been educated in a lot of stuff.
Oh wow! Well, thank you very much. That's very kind.
But I'm not gonna even let you say Patrick Vieira was a better footballer.
Well, I'll say it. I don't need your permission. I'll say it. Patrick Vieira was a better footballer than Steven Gerrard.
Sure, I think this is where I need to educate you.
I don't think you can educate me on that. You can educate me about Liverpool, but not on Patrick.
So look. If you notice in the statement, there was no specific role. There was no specific position.
Yes.
It was the term was player.
Yes.
So football player, in terms of the amount of roles Steven Gerrard could employ.
Incredible.
At an elite level.
Unbelievable.
In my humble opinion, there's not much debate, but the way you've gone
there's not much debate.
So to one side of the table, I think there is a debate to be had from your point of view. So go ahead.
Okay, so there's not much debate then. So then tell me then, in Steven Gerrard's career, I'm not dissing him because let's look at the.
But I feel you're about to.
I'm not going to diss Steven Gerrard. I'm not going to diss him. Let's look at the story. A young local lad, Liverpool fan, came up the ranks to be a Liverpool legend. Yeah, that's cool. And also, I think the next Liverpool manager, when Klopp retires, is written in the stars. a great, fantastic song by Tiny Temper. So that's cool. That's cool. What I'm saying is, what I would say, I'm not dissing Steven Gerrard, is what did Steven Gerrard win compared to Patrick? Would be the first thing.
Patrick Vieira was one component of a magnificent...
A massive component.
1 year that remained invincible, even though they had 12 draws, didn't win the Champions League, and all of that.
And had a gold trophy. Like Usain Bolt, the greatest.
In Istanbul, we played against AC Milan, against one of the all-time great AC Milan teams. A team that consisted of Maldini, Kaká, Crespo, Pirlo, Seedorf. We're talking about legends of the game.
Absolutely.
This guy single-handedly, I know it's a sport.
Team single-handedly though.
I think it's a team sport.
I don't know if it's single-handedly, because if I remember...
I know you didn't watch the game.
No, I didn't watch the game.
Watch the game.
Hold on. If I didn't watch the game, you said I didn't watch the game.
I have to.
Did Vladimir stop? All right, if I didn't watch the game, if you can answer this, I would say I didn't watch the game. Did Vladimir Smicer score? Did Vladimir Smicer score?
So single-handedly.
Did Vladimir Smicer score? Yes or no?
Correct.
So I did watch the game then.
If you speak about sort of, he came up against, you talk about Vieira came up against Keane and all these guys, Steven Gerrard openly says that one of his hardest opponents was Vieira.
That's right. Yeah. That's a great
Steven Gerrard throughout his career has never had the pleasure of playing amongst the great players that Arsenal team had.
No, that's true.
And therefore, on an individual basis, in terms of a player, all-round player, attacking, defending, assists, right back, he could literally, as a number 10, I think the complete player, without doubt, in my humble opinion, is Steven Gerrard.
Arsenal are the biggest banter club in the league. 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to shock you.
Oh, you disagree? Wow. Okay. Fair enough.
And this is one point, one debate, one chat that we are agreeing on.
Yeah, we are agreeing.
Because I've had this debate with a few friends and
what are their teams?
And I think
what are their teams?
I think Manchester United has become the biggest banter club.
That's
overtaken you guys.
Well, I don't think we were ever a banter club. I don't think we're ever.
Oh well, if that's the thing, then I'm gonna no.
I don't think
because if you're telling that, then I'm
banter club. I don't think we're ever a banter club, and that's coming from somebody that is a banter club. If you're calling us a banter club, that's coming from somebody who's a banter club to call us a banter club.
We started off well.
No way. You did start off well.
Look, we agree that you're no longer.
We weren't a banter club. We've never been a banter club. We never will be a banter club. We will never be a banter club. I don't care what any fan has got to say. I don't care what any fan has got to say.
Then there's no point in me speaking.
Well, listen, you're in charge of your mouth. You're in charge of your mouth.
What we've won. I think you're in charge of your mouth.
What we've won doesn't make us a banter club. If we've won nothing in our history and done nothing, then fair enough. But what we've won, what we've done, and hopefully what we will do, does not make us a banter club. And people can say whatever they want. I will just read off the facts from the 1930s with Herbert Chapman to the 1970s with Terry O'Neill, with the 1980s with Don Howe, with the 1990s with George Graham, with Stuart Houston, with Bruce Rioch, with Arsene, and to the 2000s with Mikel. So that's what I'm saying. So nobody can call us a banter club. And if they want to call us a banter club, that's fine. Bring your facts, because I've got all of mine. Bring your facts. Even if us and Manchester United, maybe you're doing well, I'm not doing well. You can't call these teams banter clubs. You call us banter clubs. I can't believe, I'm not trying to defend Manchester United. You call us banter clubs when you raise our history. You go back like Sam Beckett in Quantum Leap to when nothing happened. That's what you do. If you can't erase history, you cannot call us a banter club. Okay, I'm at Stamford Bridge. I don't know what the game was. Coming out of the game, Chelsea fan comes up to me, says to me, "Oh yeah, you Arsenal fan TV. You live in another world." I said, "Do the Invincibles exist?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Goodbye." That's it. So that's what I mean. We're going to talk about facts. So no, we're not a banter club. And like I said, I don't want to defend Manchester United. They're not a banter club as well, because what we've won, what we've done, what Ferguson has done, what Arsene has done, puts them to the greatest managers, along with Bill Shankly Jockstein in the Hall of Fame. So no, we've never been a banter club, and I don't know where this banter club comes from. And I love these people that call us a banter club. Come and bring your facts, because what I'm talking about is facts. It's not opinion, it's facts. Opinion, banter club. That's opinion. Facts.
I'm just glad that I agreed with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You didn't want to show up to the North London Derby against your fiercest rivals.
Well, fiercest rivals are not top.
Please don't say that.
Fiercest rivals are not top.
Please don't say that.
Our fiercest rivals are not top.
Ty.
They are Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City.
It's not something you can choose. You can't choose that. This is the crux of our relationship.
We can. No, there is no relationship. There's no relationship. We just see you when we want to beat you, and that's it.
You can't say what you're saying.